What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another live version of This is Tom's World. So this is Tom's World Live. As you saw in the title and the description, I have a special guest here with me for the first time. This is my third show here. So we have Dom. So we have two of the three owners of BB3 here. And we're just chilling out. We've been talking for a little while, and we decided that we were going to do a This is Tom's World Live because we're like, you want to do a live? Well, we should do a live. We just did a live and everything. We didn't really think ahead because apparently there's another live going on as well that has to do with Taryn. So, thank you to everybody that's here watching. And make sure you support everybody on BB3 TV, whether it be me, Dom, Taryn, Tom Springer, Dustin, April, Christopher Cesare, like anybody. Make sure you support us all. Make sure you watch BB3 TV. Make sure you hit the like button on Facebook. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube that you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell right next to it. That way you're notified whenever we put up new content or when we plan to put up new content. We're going to be getting everybody on board with the YouTube as long as they have the space there in their destinations on StreamYard. I know Taryn does. I know she's very eager to be going to the YouTube, as we talked about in a live just a couple of hours ago. So we're going to be getting everybody on there. We're also going out on Twitch.tv, so you can watch us there as well. On there, we mainly plan to have a lot of gamers over time. Right now, we're just broadcasting our live feeds there, and hopefully we'll get some views on that. Currently, right now, we actually have one viewer on Twitch. We always have one viewer on Twitch, and I think it's Ray.
I wonder who that is.
I think it's Ray. I'm pretty sure it is.
They need a trophy.
And if it's Ray, then you can definitely let us know that that's you on there. Farmer, whatever you want to call yourself. So with today's videos, what we're going to do is I did a video back in May of 2020 of this old bridge that goes over the Pequescent Creek here in on the border of Northeast Philadelphia and Bensalem, which is a suburb of Philadelphia. And this was part of the Kings Highway, which the Kings Highway is the road that they made to go from the suburbs to Center City, Philadelphia. So people like William Penn and people of the era had actually rode this road on their horses, their carriages, and stuff like that. And it was a very famous highway. It's become more so famous lately because there's a bridge that goes over another creek, Pennypack Creek, which was the very first bridge, I think. Well, it's the oldest functioning bridge in the country, actually. I don't know that it was the first bridge made, but it's the oldest functioning one. And so it's gained some popularity here locally. And
what's the history with the road, though?
What's that?
What's the history with the road itself?
Well, I think it had to do with William Penn himself. Like he lived in the suburbs here, and I think it was Bensalem. I'm not 100% sure, but in the area of it. And he was trying to take the most direct route from there to Center City, which at the time I don't think that the city hall that's there now was constructed yet. I think that was sometime after his passing that this one was made. But the original main building there, whatever they called it, whether it be City Hall or not, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head right now. But I do know there was a different building back then. So that's where most of the business was conducted so that they could form this country that we live in.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people like to think that, that this is where the country started, like back down in Delaware or this or that. But really, the forming of the country happened here in this city, in Philadelphia. This is where they signed the Declaration of Independence, all that stuff. And that's still downtown. And the Liberty Bell is still down there. That's another video that I can do one day at some point. I've been planning that for a while. I'm just letting a lot of time go by because there's another local YouTuber. And I'll call him out by name, the Philly Captain. So you can go check him out. He's okay. He's funny. He's very unfiltered in his videos, unlike my videos, which I don't curse or anything like that. But he's still a very good YouTuber and a very good historian as far as documenting stuff. What's that?
Parental advisor up there.
That's right. Right. So here I will curse. Here I will have beers and have cigarettes. But in my videos, you won't
and say
see.
fuck.
Right. Fuck. You won't hear me curse. The worst curse that you would hear me say is like, "Damn it."
No,
I
in
think
reality,
once I
like,
said shit.
I'll say this: like Tom has a very structured show with Doing the Garden Adventures, and This Is Tom's World. Like he doesn't curse. Very family oriented atmosphere.
Purposely.
It's great.
That way, when I get
Just gotta take.
monetized,
If you like history, if you like just hanging out and learning things, this is the show to go to.
right? Matter of fact, let me put the banner up. There we go. Something I haven't really done in my other lives here. So as I was saying, this bridge, I went there like 2 years ago in May. So May of 2020. It was very overgrown. It was falling apart. They are actually in the process of restoring this and making it look the same way that it always had. And they're doing a really, really good job with it. But before we see the restoration, we have to see the before video. So the before video, as I said, was from May of 2020. And let me bring that video.
Yeah, let's get into that shit. Come on.
Oops, I hit the wrong thing. I hit share screen. We don't want that. Video file. That's what I want. All right. There.
Talk about something I don't see.
And here.
Jonas, he said what's up. He's at work.
What's up, Jonas?
He's on break right now.
Yeah, let me turn this down a little bit. The intro's a little loud, as you may have heard. I don't use the intro anymore. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. Today, I'm in Benjamin Rush State Park trying to beat the rain, and I'm in search of a bridge from the 1800s that was actually part of a turnpike here, the Byberry-Bensalem Turnpike, I believe it was called. So hopefully, the rain will hold off long enough for me to find this thing. I've been using Google Maps to guide my way, but obviously right now I'm recording, so I don't have them up. But we will find this, and we will learn about it together. So, let's go. So I finally found it. Google Maps kept sending me all over the place. It kept telling me I was facing directions that I wasn't, so I have no idea what was going on there. But I just went out on my own, knowing where the creek was. And yes, it is Pequesing Creek yet again. However, I have found it. So let's take a look at it. Sure is.
God damn.
Go down a little. This was May. Little steep hill here.
Really bad.
And there's the creek. And there's the bridge. Now I know it was a lot of build-up, but it's not all that impressive. But
no, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean,
Looks
it's
like
old.
A sewer, like a Batman Tim Burton style, but I mean it's gorgeous.
It's from the 1800s. I forget exactly what year, but I'm going to say it in the video. And then they restructured it in the early 1900s. I think like 1916. That way, so that it would support the weight of vehicles, because by that point people were driving cars and it wasn't just a horse and buggy anymore. So they had to restructure it so it would support that weight, but they still kept it looking the same way that it was. And then nothing was done to it since then. It closed down, and now they're finally redoing this.
Well, let me ask you something about this too. Like, is it available like to hang out on those little ledges? Of course, you got to walk across the water. Like, can you do a date night picnic on those things? I mean, that's a gorgeous night to hang out.
Oh, you mean like in the middle of the bridge area?
What? Yeah, like right in that little thing.
Wait till the next video.
All right, let's do that.
I go out on there on the left side.
Damn, I might leave my room key over something. I like it.
It's not real wide or anything, but like you could hang out there. Yeah,
I would. You'll see.
You'll see in the next video. This bridge is so old. I mean, it has been redone. How old is it? I'll give you the details in a second here. But for the moment, just take it in.
Well, I'm taking it in.
Okay, so this bridge here is the Pequesing Creek Bridge. It was built in 1805 to carry the King's Highway, which the King's Highway also goes along Frankfort Ave, Route 13. It's a very, very long road that used to exist and has since been altered into different streets and different roads. This double stone arch bridge was improved in 1917 to carry the Lincoln Highway, which at that point was part of the Byberry-Bensalem Turnpike.
Nice.
It's like the entire road was bypassed in 1921 with the creation of the Roosevelt Boulevard, Route 1.
What type of creatures are in that? Like,
so this is what it looks like today. there's some snakes, not many, nothing really poisonous per se. Mostly like garter snakes and stuff. You'll see deer, because this is actually part.
Well, I mean,
of
a deer, I hope, is not swimming in the water.
No. This is actually part of the Benjamin Rush State Park, which those of us that work at Neshaminy State Park, we also take care of this park as well.
Yeah.
So this was long before I actually started working for them. And the people that are restoring the bridge are like a third party company that they won the bid to do this. But the creatures, you'll see deer, you'll see beavers, you'll see groundhogs, all different kinds of birds that you can think of, including herons and stuff like that.
What's the top of the bridge look like?
Oh, I go up there.
All right. Well, let's keep watching.
Enjoyment now. Yeah, I gotta see that.
Doesn't look much different, but I'm
Everybody
sure that
join
they
me.
have reinforced it
I go up there
during
in
the
both
time that this
videos.
was the Byberry-Ben Salem Turnpike
Big difference.
to accommodate the heavy load of the traffic. And this is the surrounding area, which I'm assuming looks very much like it did back in the 1800s.
What at the sound
Take
of
a
the
look
cars?
up top.
Right. This is on top of the bridge.
So here's the
All right, here we
beginning of the
go.
bridge
Let's
wall.
see the top of the bridge.
As you can see, it wasn't very wide.
It's actually wider
That's
than it
the
looks.
bridge now?
Yeah. Well, no, back in
Continues.
2020,
Wall on this side seems to have
they cleared all this
fallen
out.
apart.
Yeah, good.
You have to take a goddamn John Deere through that
Overside
shit
here.
to walk through the bridge.
That's still the
But
trail.
they did. And this used to have red bricks going across it for the floor of the bridge.
That would be, yeah. What do you mean used
Now
to?
this
Why don't
actually
they just
dumps
bring it
out
back?
onto Old Lincoln Highway.
It does.
What's
It doesn't
he-
anymore.
What's he doing? Smoking weed back there,
It
hiding?
goes across Route 1.
No, there's a little road
Just outside
right
of
there.
Philadelphia.
Smoke break?
There's nobody in there.
Here's the view from on
He
top of
said
the
nobody
bridge.
in there.
I
I was
checked.
just standing down there.
Aaron. What's happening, brother?
How you doing, Aaron?
That looks gorgeous right there.
Now this is the view going the opposite way.
That's cool, man.
Now keep in mind how this looks now.
I do love
And you'll
finding
see
these
it
old
in the
pieces
other
of
video.
history that are just hidden just out of sight. And people
I
never
like
even
the
know
way
that.
it's so
I
green,
couldn't
Tom.
tell you how many times
You wouldn't even know
I've
you're on a
driven
bridge
past
here. What's up,
this
Ray?
area over
It's
here,
really fucked up talking to you
and I
because I don't know
never
if I'm
ever
talking
would
to
have
you or the
suspected
video.
that something that this old
Well, we're the same person, you know.
Farmer.
and this historical was just sitting right off site.
So right here, the right side of the bridge had completely fallen apart.
Thankfully, the rain is still
They're
holding
rebuilding
off.
Is it still there?
Yeah. Oh, you'll see in the next video. I mean, that was just a matter of like 2 weeks
And that's
ago.
the Pequesing
2
Creek
years later,
Bridge,
man, that bitch is still strong.
the old
Been there
part
since
of the
1805.
Byberry-Ben Salem Turnpike.
Definitely built strong. Is that a zip line?
Not as interesting
No.
as some of my other
But
videos.
probably
however,
electric.
I know.
I still
it's
find it
fucking
extremely
rad.
interesting. Now, I got to find my way back to the car, which means I got to go through some brush. But that's okay.
Oh, brush. Look at it. It's already fucking worked out for him. I gotta go through brush.
Some people have seen fit to make little stone structures here,
Now keep
That's
in mind
cool.
these.
I've
stone
seen these in various
structures, 'cause
places,
I talk about them,
and
in
I'm
the next
sure
one.
that they have a meaning that I just don't know about.
And the hole
I
in the
think
hill.
they
But
just
they're
do
still
it
cool.
Balance for anxiety. Like people come to parks to balance rocks for anxiety. Like make sure they don't fall. Like they just chill and breathe. I think that's cool, man.
Well, I
So maybe
was
that's
told
what's
by
going on.
somebody it had something to do with like a homeless camp that people had made back then.
like
like
gang
before
signs
then.
without spray paint.
Now, keep in mind this hole here too, because I talk about that in the next video as well.
Was I in
show
that
it.
one?
I thought it was like a groundhog hole or something, and it probably is. But I show it in the
Little
next one
dwelling
as
of
well.
some
So
kind.
2 years later,
My guess would be a gopher,
I said gopher. I meant groundhog.
but who knows?
We don't have gophers here.
Making my way through the woods and through the terrain. I obviously took a much harder path on the way in than I found on the
Yeah,
way out.
Pocahontas.
But isn't that always the way?
Hey,
It looks gorgeous though. I mean, it's cool. Like let it like naturally grow.
Just double
I
checking
love-
for spider webs.
I love all the parks around here. Really,
Yeah, it's cool.
I just hate
For
working.
anybody
at this
who
one,
has never
'cause
been
you see,
here,
there's no trees.
the entrance
So,
for Benjamin
In the
Rush
in the
Park.
summer, when you're in there and you're working, you're weed whacking and stuff. There's no escape from the sun. It sucks really
We're in
bad,
Florida.
and I'm actually going to be spending most of my time in the next year or so in this park.
Shit, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll be sunburnt, but I'll be all right.
Is just off of Southampton Road near the boulevard. And there are many roads that go throughout it, and there's parking spaces, and there's this trail. And if you find your way onto this trail, all you have to do is listen for the traffic. And if you see that the terrain is going downward, you know you're going towards the creek. Once you find the creek, the bridge is easy to spot. Well, I guess that's going to wrap this one up. The rain is starting to come down a little bit harder right now, so I'm going to head back to the car.
My face is a little
And hopefully you
wider
enjoyed
there.
this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure you're subscribed.
Play the
to my
video of
channel.
you and I there.
Also, I want to say that I've actually
Oh, that's
reached
we
my
weren't
first
there.
goal
We were at Neshaminy.
of 100
yeah, play the
subscribers.
show.
Actually, right now I'm at 101.
We'll see what time we're
So
at.
I want to thank
when we
each
get
and
done
every
playing
one
the
of
next one.
You are all so awesome. You have blown my ego way up, and that will definitely make me create more videos.
This
So
was before I went to
hopefully
Neshaminy.
these will start coming out more regularly, at least one, maybe two a week, if I can swing it. So hopefully you will be seeing me again very soon. And please remember, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure you're notified that when I put a video out, you'll get that little message in
And
your
you can
YouTube
subscribe
letting
to
you
it. It's
know.
on the bottom scrolling.
So until then,
Just saying. For the
Stay
three of you
healthy.
watching.
stay safe. As always, take care.
So that's the end of that one. We'll take that out. And then I'll bring up the other one. So the other one is actually just about 2.5 weeks ago when I did this video.
All right, well, check it.
So,
Oh, so this is
share.
the aftermath, right?
Yeah, this is now.
But we are not here.
Right.
Hey everyone, and welcome
We are
to another
now.
installment of Tom's World. Today we are back at Benjamin Rush State Park. I haven't been here for a while in my videos. I've been here a lot recently, but I just haven't been making videos here. The reason for our trip back here is not to explore the park itself, but to go back to a video that I did almost 2 years ago. In May it'll be 2 years. It was 2020. And I came
Same
down here and I
sunglasses.
checked out this Pequesson Creek Bridge, which used to
Matter of
be
fact-
a part of the Kings Highway, which the Kings Highway has
They're
been
up
made
here.
famous in recent years because they have redone the bridge on Frankfort Avenue that goes over Pennypack Creek, which they call the Kings Highway Bridge, I believe. Now, the Kings Highway was a long road that went from, I think, like the suburban area into the inner city area that they used to use back in sorry, the camera has a mind of its own, as always, to go back and forth between Center City and the suburbs back in the old days, like William Penn, people like that. So this bridge has been here since 1805, and I believe it was redone in like 1916, 1917, somewhere in there. It was restructured so that it could hold the weight of vehicles crossing over it instead of just like horse and buggy. Now don't mind me as I duck and walk through all this brush. But I can already see that the rumors I've heard are true. They have been redoing this bridge as well, mostly to make it, I believe, to make it more safe for foot traffic. I don't think they're really going to have vehicles coming through here outside of like maintenance vehicles, but I can already see the new bricks and everything else going on there, and they're redoing the actual road itself because they've dug that up. So now I just have to find the best place to go down. It was strange
There's a lot of thorn
Whoa.
bushes around there.
walking back here. Sorry, that was a bunch of thorns sticking up.
There's
It was
some up
strange
there.
coming back here because I can recognize some of the things that I saw on my way through here during that video. I remember I saw a bunch of rocks stacked up, and I had mentioned that I'd seen that in various places, and I didn't know if it had any meaning at all, and if it did, what it was. But I could still see some of them here. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
And there's those piles of rocks.
So here you
that I
can
showed
see some of the stacks of rocks. Stack over there that's fallen.
knocked down.
I do believe that these were the stacks that I saw, and then I went up that way on the right side of this bigger tree here. The one going across it was not down when I came here before, and you can see it just recently happened because the wood still pretty much looks fresh in there. And I even recall this little hole up here,
There it is.
which has since been covered up. I'm trying to see in the camera if I can see where it is. It's like right here. That was like a groundhog hole or something like that.
And I said groundhog again.
And I remember saying I didn't want to mess with whatever was in there. You know, nostalgia. But now, no doubt, you can see, because they've made a clearing in the trees here.
Or no, I said groundhog this time. Go for it.
The stones that have been redone. Now, the wall on this side was okay. It wasn't completely falling down, but you could tell it had its issues. The wall on the far side was completely down. So they had to completely rebuild that, I would guess. I'm not sure, as I have not been here. I can't go straight down that way. I gotta kind of curve around, I think. Yeah, go down here. So this is very exciting. It's a piece of history that's being rebuilt and preserved that most people have not even known about because it's just hidden back here, back by the Pequesson Creek here in Benjamin Rush Park, and the other end of it comes out onto that little jug handle that you would take if you were, say, if you were coming from Philly heading towards Ben Salem on Route 1, and if you wanted to make a left on Old Lincoln Highway, you'd have had to go around the jug handle. It's like right at the bottom of that, and that's what you can see down there. That's the is that the
Chamonix
Inn? The Chamonix Inn, I think. Because I think that's the Lincoln Motel there. Plenty of stories I've heard over the years about both places. None of which I'm going to repeat on here. Wow.
Well, because there's a lot of partying, a lot of like illegal activities and stuff, so I'm not going to put that on my YouTube channel.
This is really soft, sinky mud. You can see where my footprint went in there. So I'm going to try to stick to the sides here, at least until I get up to this drier
But you
part.
can already see the way it was overgrown before compared to now.
So before I go up on the bridge, we'll go down where I started in the last video. And a lot of this has been cleared out and also has a lot of soft mud, so
Those are all
gotta
the
tread
original
lightly
stones.
here. Wouldn't want to fall. I know everybody's waiting for that in my videos. I always talk about it. And I promise to all of you, still to this day, if it ever happens that I fall and I'm rolling on the video, you're gonna see it. It just doesn't happen too often. It's only happened twice in all my ventures.
See, if for nothing else, go and subscribe to my channel just in case I actually do ever fall and it's on. You got to see it if it happens.
Tom, what you do is great, man. So
Thank
I
you.
love it.
I love doing it.
And I was not recording at the time. But they weren't major falls. One kind of was, the other one was not. So here's the beach that I was on. We go down here. It's more dirt than sand now. A lot of big pieces of rock, I'm guessing, from the bridge. And we'll get a better shot of what they're doing here. It actually looks a lot nicer. Wow. Yeah. I mean, and they still were able to keep the same feel. Now, the cement in between the rocks, or whatever it is they use, I would assume would be cement. It's not the same color, obviously, because the other one was super old.
1805.
But still, they managed to keep the same look and feel, even right up to the little rocks on the top, how they're just standing up like vertical.
Yeah.
And might actually be able to walk out onto this little embankment here. So I'm wearing my waterproof shoes, as long as I don't go above the sole of the shoe. There we go.
I meant the ankle, not the sole.
So now I'm actually standing in the middle, for the first time in my life, standing in the middle of Pequesson Creek up in this area. The only other place I was in the middle of the creek was way down that way, down by Dinosaur Lake, which I do have to get back there and check it out because I've been told that it's actually totally dried up now. There was like puddles and stuff last time I went, but yeah, this side of the bridge is looking great. You know, they just have to finish it. They got all the stones up there to finish
I
it
gotta
up.
take a phone call here in a moment, but I'm gonna jump back on.
All right.
Yeah, dude, this is.
Oh, you're gonna miss me going on the middle part.
Well, fuck.
I'm about to do it.
We'll do it real quick.
All right.
And I don't know. Part of me wants to walk along this thing
This
just to
is
see
what I'm
the other
saying.
side.
This would be a good date, man.
Yeah.
But then there's a part in my head that says, you know what, dude? You're 47 years old. Don't try to tempt fate. But this side actually looks flat. This side looks like it's on a little slant. So the heck with it. I'm gonna do it.
Better.
If I fall in, I fall in. What are you gonna do?
See, you can sit there.
All right.
You're.
So now we are under the bridge.
You could sit there and have lunch with Stephanie.
You can see
I could.
There's somebody on my
all
mind
the
I want
old
to take
stones
there.
in here, and you can see where the new stones are.
That's what I like. See, this is badass.
By the way, I would not recommend coming under here for those of you watching this video. I mean, if you do, do so at your own risk,
Oh, I'm going to.
because it is a little short.
I had to bend down real far because it's all like arched.
There's where the Pequesson Creek keeps going, and a lot of debris that's going to need to be cleaned up. Some of it in the water, but not too much. Most of it outside of tires. Most of it's just on the sides. There's really nowhere else safe. Like, that's not safe. There's nowhere else safe for me to stand here, so I'm not going to go any further. I'm going to
No,
go
it's
back now.
a tire.
But hey, I ventured a little further than I thought I would. Got to give me credit for that.
I like that. I'm gonna have lunch with somebody there one day. I promise
Cool.
you that. Yeah. Probably
All right.
good kid too.
Back out on the other side. Now
All right, Tom, I gotta
we'll go
run.
up.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'll be back in after a bit, man. Dude, thank you for letting me be here.
no
BB3
problem.
TV, like, share, follow, subscribe. This is Tom's World, guys. Thank you for everything you do. Whoever's gonna watch in the future and all that, like, we're here. So I love shit like this. This is relaxing.
I love nature.
Tom,
man.
yeah, man. Tom, thank you for you, brother.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
Later, brother.
Later. You're still here.
I know, what the fuck. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. I can't X out
Why?
because the broadcast is you.
Well, just that shouldn't matter.
I'm gonna mute me and stop me.
Okay.
Wow, it's stopping everything.
That's got to be your computer or something because normally I'm able to leave. I could leave right now and it'd be just you.
Here, I'm just gonna shut everything down. I don't know what the fuck. You're still gonna be okay, right, on the StreamYard?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right, kill switch.
And there he goes. Here, let me boot him out. There he is. Now it's just me. All right, so let's keep going with the video for the two people watching and for anybody that's watching the replay.
Onto the bridge. As long as it's safe. I haven't really inspected it too much, but I would assume it should be safe. Let's see what we're dealing with here. All right, just go around the little bend here, and then we'll be on the bridge.
So now,
And despite all the mud and everything here, you know, this will all get grown up.
You know, I hate when I interrupt myself. At this point, we're going to go on top of the bridge. Now, if you've been following and you watched the previous video that I played, you remember how overgrown everything was, and now you're going to see how they've cleared it all out and they've started re-cementing the floor of the bridge. From what I understand, the floor of the bridge used to be all red brick, and from what I've been told, they don't plan on recreating the red brick. It's just going to be cement. But still, I mean, just to be able to recreate this piece of history and restore it and keep the same look and feel, I love it. I love history being preserved, which is the whole reason why I started with the garden that I did in the Chamonix State Park, which I know I said in the last video we were going to start on this one, but I figured, you know what, why not do this one, since this was my last video that I made, this one we're watching now, and I'd share the before and the after first, and then we can get started on the garden process that I helped to restore. So anyway, we'll continue with this. I hit
Over
play.
soon enough.
There we go.
But these walls, they're looking good. Now, actually, it looks like they haven't even started on this side of the wall yet, on the left side of the bridge here. Their efforts have mainly been on the right side. You can see all the rocks they have to use, and pieces of the old part of the bridge that's crumbled. But you can see that their efforts have started down there, so I stand corrected. So they started to build it up, and the old part of the wall here, which I don't think I was able to see last time because there was
totally
a bunch of
overgrown
weeds
last
growing up
time.
here. You can see the various vehicles and stuff that they're using as they're rebuilding. Lots of lumber here and stuff. But I can't honestly tell. This doesn't necessarily look old, these stones here. So they may have redone this. The top, you could see, it's actually separate right now.
Right, so that's the original.
So this
top.
is the original top from this
Yeah.
side. Just guessing.
Sorry. Predicting my
And
own speech.
yeah, it's looking good. It's looking really good. Now just imagine that this used to be a major road here. It's not too major right now, considering how wide the boulevard is, or Route 1 over that way.
Route 1 is it's a pretty major highway that runs through many states, actually. In our area here in Philadelphia, Route 1 is 4 lanes, or four sections of 3 lanes each. So you have 3 lanes in one section and 3 lanes in another section heading one way. So 6 lanes total, with a dividing median between them, running one way, and then 6 lanes running the same way the other way. And it's a pretty major highway, and it didn't start off that way initially. I think initially it was like 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes the other way. But over the years, they have expanded and widened it, and it's a pretty major highway.
Yeah, it's looking great. I'm loving this.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Sorry. I thought that in my head after I
Not sure
said
what
it.
they're doing down there with the plastic in the water. Or I don't know, maybe that's always been there. Doesn't look old. I'm sure it has some purpose. Maybe one of you know, you can put it in the comments. But yeah, I just wanted to come down here and check this out, see what was going on. I had heard that they were starting to fix it up, and I heard right. I love seeing restorations of old things like this, and things that have to do with nature. As you all know, most of my channel has been me in nature. I mean, I've had a couple videos that weren't. You know, Croydon Manor, Byberry Friends Meeting House, things like that. But for the most part, it's all been either nature or restoration, which is a far cry from what I originally intended the channel to be. It was originally just going to be me walking in different woods and exploring, and it has escalated to be what it is. Just a combination of things, really. Anyway, before I ramble on way too much, I guess I'm going to start to walk back, and I will wrap this up. So once again, I want to thank everybody for their subscriptions to the channel, for all the likes, all the comments, all the support you have all given me. Each and every one of you are very much appreciated. And once again, thank you to everybody that made donations to the GoFundMe for Serobia Garden. That has now ended.
Done. Yep.
As I had stated in my last video, I am no longer a volunteer there. I am actually an employee there, and you cannot be both. So I have handed over the lead volunteer role to one of the other volunteers, and I have faith in the fact that they will continue to make things better there. They're all great people.
Yeah.
So also,
No comment.
if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit that little notification bell next to it. That way you'll be informed as to when I upload new videos. You don't want to miss out on any of them. I know I keep saying it, that they've been far and few in between, but I've been working my butt off over in the park, and we're doing great things there. And yeah, so anyway, I'm not gonna go off on that tangent. Anyway, make sure you also give this video, yeah, I said video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and share it out to anybody and everybody that you can, that you think might be interested in these type of videos. Go back and watch all my videos and see if there's any that you think might strike the fancy of somebody you know, and you can share it with them. I oftentimes share my videos out to various different groups on Facebook, Ben Salem groups, Far Northeast Philly groups, Croydon groups, things like that. So you can find them on there as well. Or you could just stay on this channel, and up top you can click where it says videos. Or no, first you would click on the name of the channel underneath the video that says This Is Tom's World. Then click on videos. Then you'll see all my videos there. There's quite a few. You can check them out. A lot of them are really interesting, historical stuff. So yeah, I actually rambled so much that I'm out of breath, if you can imagine that. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.
And so that was that video. So we watched a video that spanned, or two videos that spanned a 2-year frame of time. Basically, in May it'll be 2 years since I went there. And you saw in the beginning of the video my intro, which I had to lower the volume with. I've since abandoned doing a little intro to my videos because I've gotten some advice from some higher up YouTube people who had told me, and I think I talked about this in the last time I did a live, who had advised me that like having an intro, unless you have like hundreds of thousands of people and you're trying to make a brand, having a video or an intro to the video just kind of hurts the video, because you'll see a dip in the analytics. You'll see a dip in viewers during that time. So I do not do the intro anymore, the same one that I started this video or this live session with, you know, the one that was like this. Like I don't do that in my videos anymore. I just go right from the intro of me talking and you see my face right to the video, and it seems to be having a better effect. So they were correct in giving me that advice, and I appreciate every one of the people who have contributed to giving me advice on this. Now, if any of you, and I touched on this on a live that Dom and Taryn and I did earlier, if any of you have any advice on things that you'd like to see or you think I should change or anything, please feel free to message me. you can find me for private message purposes. You can find me here. I have a Facebook page for this, so it's just facebook.com/This Is Tom's World. Just take out the spaces and the punctuation, and you'll find it. It's the same thing with my YouTube channel, as you can see scrolling on the bottom. So it's youtube.com/This Is Tom's World. Same thing with Facebook. So facebook.com/This Is Tom's World. And you can find me there, and you can message me on that, and you can say, hey, I saw you're live on BB3 TV. Here's what I think you should do, or stuff like that. I'm always willing to take, critiques, we'll say. And the one thing that I won't change up in my videos, as I mentioned when Dom was here, was I'm not going to be as vulgar in my videos as I can be here on the lives on BB3. I'm not going to curse as much. Now, I generally don't do that when I've done my lives here either. But you do see me having sips of my beer and stuff like that. I won't even reference that usually in my videos. I think I may have once or twice over time, but I've been doing this channel now since February of 2020. I have up to, I think it's 834 subscribers last time I checked. That number fluctuates by 1 or 2 subscribers here and there over time. Some people drop out, some people come on, stuff like that. So if you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, please go there, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I put new videos up. I try to do a lot of history type videos for the local area here, which should, it should pique the interest of everyone, because our country was pretty much founded in this area, in the Philadelphia area. And I will be doing, as I said earlier, I will be doing eventually a video where I go down, I check out the Liberty Bell, which still has the crack in it. I remember when I was a kid, you were able to go back and touch it. Now they don't even let you near it to touch it, because the oils from your hand might further corrode it and stuff like that. And they found that over time, so they stopped that. There's a lot of historical places down in Center City, Philadelphia, and I do plan on walking around down there. I just, like I said, I wanted to give some time between the time that another local YouTuber was doing that and the time that I did it. I didn't want it to be said that I was copying them or anything like that. So I just wanted to give some time on it. That was always my backup plan. But I want to find places that are like hidden, abandoned. People don't even know about them. People have walked past it hundreds, thousands of times, and they're like, oh, wow, yeah, that's there. Cool, that's what that is. And that's my favorite type of stuff. So anyway, rambling again, much like I did in my video, and I'm not out of breath this time. Almost. But so with that, I guess I'll end this, because I've been going for almost 45 minutes now, and I showed both of the videos I wanted to show. So once again, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been here and commenting and showing an interest in this. If you're interested in the videos I showed, make sure you go subscribe to my channel, scrolling on the bottom. And I guess I'll see you all next time. And I'll end this the same way I end my videos on YouTube. Make sure you stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.